What's happening, guys? My name is Anthony, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can shave time at Miami. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have been looking forward to this one since Miami is a new track on F122. So without further ado, let's get straight into this one. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you don't know how my track guides work, how we do it is we go around the track slowly, give you guys all the details that you need to know, and then I'll show you guys a hot lap in real time so that you guys can learn. Also, I know a lot of you guys have been wondering, where's the spreadsheet? Obviously, setups take time to create, especially good, decent ones. So yeah, the setup spreadsheet is in progress. It will come out hopefully within the next month or two or something like that. So yeah, let's get into the video. And I'd like to thank everybody who's on the screen right now for being channel members. If you do want to support the content past just liking and subscribing, make sure to click the join button underneath the video to learn more. Okay then, guys, so coming up to the final corner of Miami now, you want to set yourself up for a quali lap. So you're going to want to be wide instead of hitting apex like you normally would at the end of the lap. The start of the lap, you want to be wide. This allows you to get on the throttle earlier, carry more speed up to turn one. Be careful with this one though. If you're not using traction control, there is a bit of a bump here and it will spin you around if you're not careful with your throttle inputs. So make sure you're smooth on the throttle. Then obviously you want to upshift at your optimum points. Open up DRS when you can, which is right here, boom. And then you're starting a lap of Miami. So the first corner is going to be a left-hander, meaning you want to be as far right as possible with a time trial setup, as you will see from this hot lap that I've got ready for this video. I brake just after the 100 meter board. This is like 90 meters roughly, something like that. If you're using a setup, which I believe is probably preset 3 or preset 4, I think it's preset 3 for this track, probably going to want to brake at the 100 or the black box that we've just passed there. And then around about the 50 meter board is where you want to turn in. Fourth gear, then boom, you want to hit the apex. And this corner is this corner exit is very, very difficult. You probably don't want to be anything more than 70, maybe 75% on the throttle, or else your car's going to be doing donuts easily here. So you want to be super smooth with your throttle inputs here, because this is probably one of the harder corners on the track to get that exit on. And since this next corner here, not this left-hander, but the right one afterwards, can be taken flat depending on how you take it, you're going to be losing a lot of time here. So for this corner, you're going to be roughly around here. You want to use the curbing here with your left-hand tires. And then this next one, kind of a weird line that I take. Not sure if it's the correct line or if it's the fastest line. But what I tend to do is I actually ride over this curb. It is easy to unsettle the car here. So what I tend to do is lift off the throttle a little bit. That seems to stabilize the car a little bit. But if you don't have that confidence, then I suggest not going on that curb at all. And then getting your foot down on the throttle as quickly as you can. This corner, as I said, is pretty much flat. By this point here, you should already be flat, or else you're just going to lose a ton of time. Then this next corner, very, very fast left-hander, 7th gear. After the 50 meter board is when you want to lift off and basically turn in at the same time. No braking for this corner, you just lift off the throttle. You can still keep your foot on the throttle a little bit. I suggest lifting off completely, then getting your foot back on the throttle smoothly, just because for this next corner it's also another lift. I don't know if in my hot lap I braked for this corner. I don't think I did. I think it was literally just a lift. So I think around about the F122 board that we just passed there is where you want to lift off. 7th gear for this one as well, but probably in the race, especially if you're using like mediums or hards, you might want to shift down into 6th gear just so that you're not carrying too much speed and slide around on those tires on softs. Obviously easily 7th gear. For this next corner, honestly, I'm still not 100% sure how to optimally take this corner. Obviously you guys will see how I've done it in the hot lap. However, I feel like there's still quite a lot of time there, for me at least, maybe a tenth and a half, 2 tenths. But going into this corner, it's a very tight entry here. Going to be in 7th gear already by this point. Then you want to go wide. And as you've probably seen from some time trial hot laps and from other people who've done league races here already, you can use a lot of the track here. Now, what I've noticed from doing hot laps on this corner is if you slightly go off the track, it invalidates it. However, if you go off the track by a lot, it doesn't seem to invalidate it. Pretty stupid, I know, but it is what it is, so you might as well just abuse it if it's there. So go off the track, and then that will give you a better exit off of this corner. And you're going to really need a good exit off this corner because it's the longest straight on the track. So if you lose time here, you're losing time all the way to the next braking zone, which is probably going to lose you about 2 tenths, a tenth and a half maybe at least, and about 2.5 tenths maybe at most, depending on how bad this corner was for you. So yeah, this corner you're going to be going into it 4th or 5th gear. You want to be super smooth with the throttle on the exit. And on the exit, you want to use as much of the track as possible. So you want to have your car right about here. Now, I'm not sure what the optimum line is here, but there is a line where the car won't be like unsettled on this curb. So you want to find that, you want to practice and find that. And then again, you know, you just bomb it down to the next corner here. So everything here that you see is completely flat. DRS is going to open right about now. And then you just want to take the path of least resistance. So stay tight here. But since the next corner is going to be a left-hander, that's where you want to start drifting off to the right, so that you can obviously start preparing for this next corner. This next corner, even with DRS open, you can still pretty much brake at the 100-meter board. If you're on mediums or hards, then you probably want to brake a little bit sooner if you have DRS. And then if you don't have DRS, it's the same braking point. So yeah, 100-meter board, bam. In a straight line, so you don't lock up, because if you lock up here, it's going to send you wide and it's going to mess up the next 3 or 4 corners. So you really want to make sure you're not locking up this corner down into 4th gear or 3rd gear if you so choose to, but I prefer 4th gear here. Boom, hit the apex, and then you want to start getting on the throttle as soon as possible. You're not going to be at 100% throttle by this next corner, so you just want to judge it by yourself. Obviously practice will help you know how much you should be on the throttle. And then you want to shift down into 3rd gear for this very, very tight right-hander. Shift back up to 4th gear. You want to short shift so that you don't lose the rear end of the car. And then you want to, again, be on the throttle. This corner is this section of the track is very, very tricky. All I can really do is just tell you what I do, but you're really going to need to go out there in time trial in GP mode and practice for yourselves so that you understand where the limit is for you. But coming up to this corner, I think just as you reach the black box on the right hand side, that's when I start braking. 1 downshift into 3rd gear, and then you want to hold on to the brakes just slightly, around about maybe 10% or so, up until you get to the corner, because really and truly if you don't, you'll be carrying a little bit too much speed and that will unsettle the car as you go over the curves, and that's where you lose a lot of time or you spin at worst. So yeah, you want to hold on to the brakes just for a little bit longer than you think you would. Then in 3rd gear, I found that the most time gained throughout this chicane is by completely taking this corner here and then only half taking this corner here. That seems to be where you gain the most time. If you fully take this corner here, it can really unsettle the car and you'll spin around, or you will lose like a 1/10.5. So there's a lot of time to be lost in this sequence of corners. And then you want to stay in 3rd gear for this corner. What I like to do is go as wide as possible to sort of kind of set myself up for this straight. So even though I will lose a little bit of time on the entry, I'll gain that back all the way up until the final corner. So yeah, in 3rd gear, set yourself up, get on the throttle as smoothly as possible, and then it's basically just a sprint to a complete straight to the final braking zone. You want to open up DRS when you can, of course, if you have it available during the race. And then yeah, just set yourself up, stay on the right hand side of the track, and then this corner can be very, very difficult to judge. I believe in real life you brake at around about 110 here. I think it's roughly the same braking point on F122, around about 110. You could probably get away with braking at the 100-meter board if you're really good with your brakes. But then you're just going to downshift into 3rd gear, sorry. And then you want to hit the apex nicely, boom. And then again, just like you would at the beginning of the lap, you want to come out wide. Be careful with your throttle inputs, you'll be in 4th gear by this point. And then upshift as you need to. Take the path of least resistance. Open up DRS, and boom, you finished a lap of Miami. So what I'm going to do now is I've shown you how to go around it slowly. I'm going to play you a hot lap in real time so that you can understand how I tackle this circuit and where you can gain time. Okay then guys, so that is how you master the brand new circuit on F1 22 Miami. If you did learn from this video, make sure to let me know in the comment section after you've done some laps how much time you were able to gain thanks to this guide. Make sure to smash the like button and make sure to check out any of the other track guides that you see on the screen right about now. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.